My 28 male, girlfriend 26 female broke my PS4 and doesn't understand why I'm so upset. I don't really know where to go from here. So, some background. During quarantine, I've been playing my PS4 games a lot more. I was able to finish up some stories and complete some big games in my free time in the last few months. It was a great escape for me. My girlfriend Liz never got it fully but understood I liked playing it and it made me happy. I told her I was really looking forward to the PS5 and was hoping to get one soon. I missed out on the pre-order and the initial shipping wave, so I got a bit sad for a while but knew I would eventually get one when the craze settled down, whether it was next year or the year after. Her friend Kat also knew of this because her boyfriend was looking forward to the new Xbox. This is what happened today. I was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, finishing up some last achievements when Liz came into the room with Kat. I said, "Hey babe, how was your day?" And without warning, she pulled the PS4 out of the wall and smashed it on the ground. She then took a hammer and smashed whatever pieces were left. This happened within 20 to 30 seconds. I just looked at her shocked. I asked, "What happened? Why did you do that? Did I do something to make you mad?" This is when I noticed Kat was recording everything with her phone. Liz walks away and then comes back and shows me a PS5 box. I still don't react and she says, "Merry early Christmas." I just walk out of the room and go to the bedroom and lock the door. She probably saw this shit on TikTok and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna surprise my boyfriend with a PS5 and smash his old one." Liz comes knocking an hour later and asks, "What's wrong? I thought you wanted the PS5. I told her I couldn't even think about that because she literally just destroyed a part of my life that I've created over the last 5 years. I explained to her that she just ruined hundreds of hours of gameplay and saves that I had built up. Liz just said, "Well, can't you just do it again?" This is when I walked out and left the apartment. I came back a couple of hours later with Kat and Liz now both showing off the PS5 to me. Kat says, "Look, Liz worked really hard to get you this. We just wanted to make you happy." I asked Kat why she was recording. She says that some person on TikTok or Instagram did the same thing to their boyfriend and they were happy. Apparently, that's where they got the idea from. A girlfriend came in and broke the PS4 and then gave them a PS5 and everyone cheered or something. I still can't believe it. I told Kat a lot of my life was in that PS4 and now it's all gone. Now Kat is calling me ungrateful and her boyfriend liked the Xbox she gave him. I asked her if she destroyed his old Xbox. She said no and that she just gave it to him gift wrapped. I asked why wasn't I given the same treatment and it was because they saw the video yesterday and got the idea to recreate it. I told Liz I do appreciate the gift but that she needs to know she broke a part of me that has been built over the years. It sounds stupid but I was really proud of my collection. Liz then says, "Well, why can't you just do it on the new PlayStation?" I told her I could but it would take a lot of time and effort that I may not want to put in again. She just brushed it off and said, "Well, you can play your new games anyway, they are probably better." At this point, I left and went to a friend's house where I'm writing this now late at night. I really don't care about the PS5 and I'm mad that an effing viral video made all this happen. What the F is wrong with people where they think destroying someone's personal property is funny? They tried showing me the video but I'm not watching that shit. Liz and I have had a great relationship to this point. We have been together for 4 years and this is the only major issue that has come up. Some might think it's just a video game and that I can get past this, but I don't know if I can. It was the fact that after it, she didn't seem to know why or care to know why I'm so upset. I've never had this feeling before and really don't know how to proceed here. Am I wrong for not telling my roommate's girlfriend my dress was fake? How does one have a fake dress? I, 23 female, have a good relationship with my roommate Jared, 23 male, except for the last 8 months because Jared has a new girlfriend, Melissa, 21 female, that loves my style. She has always admired and complimented my style. I wear designer clothes because I work at a fancy job and I need to dress properly. The issue is that when I am away from the house, she will always take my stuff without permission. She would blatantly use them in front of me and apologize because she forgot to ask me, giving them back dirty and or broken. Oh, now I see what you mean fake. Okay, it's designer stuff. One of my coworkers invited me to her wedding and everyone at the office wears very fancy clothes to these events. I have been obsessed with a Zimmerman dress and I was able to find a dupe online. The package came when Melissa and Jared were present. Melissa begged me to let her try the dress. She said she never had anything as nice in her life and her birthday was coming up. I told her no because I needed to wear it soon and she always forgets about cleaning it and she tried to argue but I ultimately said no. Suddenly, Melissa canceled her birthday party that was for this weekend and said she and Jared were going to do something private. I didn't think too much about it except that night I decided to check Melissa's Instagram. I didn't see anything, which was rare for her, so I checked Jared's social media. They were at a nightclub and she was wearing my dress. I called and screamed at her that I needed my dress and she started crying and hung up. I don't know what happened next that night because when she came home the next morning, the dress was ripped apart with wine stains all over it. I demanded a new dress. I told her I didn't care where she was going to get it from, but I needed my dress by this Friday. And she did. To my surprise, she left the new dress in my room the morning of the wedding. This morning when I woke up, Jared asked me about the wedding and if I enjoyed it. I noticed he was being passive-aggressive and I demanded to know why. He told me, "I hope you enjoy the stupid dress. Melissa won't be able to buy groceries for this week, but I hope you enjoy your stupid dress." I felt horrible. I asked him how, because the dress only cost me $130, amazing dupe, indistinguishable. He said that it was impossible because the dress that she bought was $800. That's when it hit me. I told him it was a fake dress and that I wasn't expecting it from the same store, just the same design. He called me an asshole and that I needed to give it back to Melissa, but I had already used the dress. Now Jared, oh, it's Gerard. His name's Gerard. Oops. Now Gerard is upset at me and is calling me an asshole, saying I need to pay her back the money difference. I disagree because even though it was a dupe, most of my clothes that she has damaged was original and she hasn't paid me back. So am I the asshole? I just found out that my boyfriend of 2 years is married and has 2 kids. I'm showing myself to his family tomorrow at his church. I've been seeing this guy, Adam, 32, for 2 years. He's from another town but visits me on weekends. I never met his family, friends, or been to his town. I know that he works at the church and he takes pride in that. 3 weeks ago, I found out that he's actually married and has 2 kids. I was devastated and in a state of disbelief, but most of all, I was mad, especially after I confirmed via his wife's social media account. We're still talking and I haven't broke up with him yet. I planned and decided to show myself to his family on Sunday at his church and let them know that he used me and took advantage. I plan on ending it right there and then. I'm currently in his hometown staying at a hotel. I'm doing this tomorrow and no one knows except myself. He's still texting me lies thinking that I'm stupid or ignorant. I feel terrible, but something's pushing me to do this. Don't know if it's anger or feeling bad for his wife and kids. I'm not gonna lie. I'm worried this might backfire on me, but at this point I have nothing to lose. I just feel like I need to get my respect and dignity back after being lied to and fooled for 2 years. Am I wrong for wanting to be a part of my best friend's birth? I, 24 female, was asked by my best friend, 25 female, if I would be in the delivery room with her when she gives birth. I was surprised when she asked me, but I was excited because that's a really beautiful and personal experience that not many people besides a spouse, partner, or close family get to be a part of. But we have always been friends since elementary school, and I've always viewed her like a sister and thought it was amazing that she viewed me like family as well, and I accepted. My best friend's husband, 26 male, got really mad when he found out I was asked to be in the delivery room. He and I have never really gotten along, and he rarely says a word to me when we're all hanging out. We don't argue or openly dislike each other though, and I just figured he wasn't a very sociable person. My best friend still wanted me to be there despite her husband not being okay with it because it's her decision, it's not his. She's pushing out the baby, not him, so whoever gets to be in the delivery room is her choice. At first, I just thought he wanted it to be a private moment for him and his wife, and I was prepared to tell her that I would not intrude and I would just come visit her after the baby had came and they had settled in a bit. However, it was revealed to me that her husband actually didn't want me to watch her give birth because I am attracted to and have dated women. I was a little confused because I didn't see how that had anything to do with the situation. The story comes out that the reason he never speaks to me or acknowledges my presence is because he doesn't want his wife to be friends with the woman who likes women. He doesn't want me watching her give birth because that means I'll be looking at her naked and it might make me attracted to her or want to hook up with her. Gosh. He said that I had probably had a crush on his wife for years and I was just waiting for the right opportunity to get with her, and he forbid me from being in the room with them. I informed him that unless my best friend personally told me that she no longer wanted me in the delivery room, I was going to be there. Some friends have told me I am just being petty and could cause unnecessary problems in the relationship. I think that it is my best friend's decision who gets to be in there for her. So am I the asshole? No, you're right. It is her decision who gets to be in the room. This dude sounds like a piece of shit. Am I wrong for telling my daughter she cannot introduce her African-American boyfriend to her grandparents? I already smell the racism from this post. Let me preface this by saying I have absolutely no problem with interracial relationships. Now that the air is clear, let me continue. But the fact that your parents do, it's the same thing. My daughter Anna has recently started to date an African-American man, Jamal. While I'm not exactly what you would refer to as a liberal, he's a nice young man, and as long as my daughter is happy, I'm happy. The problem is, Anna is rather naive about the community she lives in. While her friends are quite content to see a relationship like hers, more than a few tongues are wagging in the community, and a few people have privately expressed their concern to me. Okay, so you live in a prestigious white neighborhood and so people are freaking out that your white daughter is dating a black man. As I've said, I have no problem with mixed relationships and I've set them straight, but I am painfully aware of how these matters are viewed by certain segments of the population. Stop trying to sugarcoat it. You live in a racist neighborhood. My parents are coming to stay with us for a week and Anna expressed a desire to introduce Jamal to them now that things are getting much more serious between them. I told her on no uncertain terms that this wasn't going to happen. I may have no problem with Jamal, but they absolutely will. And even when the relationship ends, they won't forget it. What do you mean when the relationship ends? You're already forecasting that she's gonna break up with him? Like, that's not cool. You make it sound like it's just a fling. They might even go as far as to cut her off entirely. Anna was extremely upset by this and implied I was a racist and more concerned with what my parents think than how she feels. As I said, I know my parents. They simply aren't okay with mixed relationships, and if Anna were to bring Jamal over, even as a friend, they would be furious both at her and me. Anna is currently staying with Jamal and doesn't want to speak with me right now. My wife stands by me, given she knows very well how my parents are. They had a problem with her for months over the length of the skirt she wore when I introduced her to them, for Christ's sake. But a close friend I confided in told me that I have behaved like an ass and that I need to focus more on my daughter than pleasing my parents. No advice needed, but I have to know, have I been an ass? Our parents, especially at that age, they know what they know and they don't ever want to change their way of thinking. Very rarely will you be able to convince an old person something that they don't want to believe.